Alright, hello Guild Wars 2 gamers. Today is February 3rd, and it is a big patch day for Guild Wars 2. And we've got a lot of stuff to go over, so if you are at work, I will serenade your ears with all of the new stuff. First off, here is the image that was released with the release of Visions of Eternity. The second column, Update 1, is today. This is what we are getting today. New rating counter with challenge mode, fashion templates. I should go back here. The challenge mode comes out in a couple weeks. That's always a little bit later. Fashion template, raid strike update with quick play, 6 new relics, legendary ring, 1 weapon set, Wizard's Vault seasonal vault refresh. So we got two things and notes here to go over, and we're going to do that now. So February 3rd release notes. Note that your add-ons may break. Same as always. Raids and Wardrobe. As the Tyrian Alliance determine their next movements against Vlox in the Inquest, the commanders and wayfinders of Tyria turn their eyes to the menacing threats that linger in the shadow. Challenge Keela, Seneschal of Waves, and confront her on the new Guardian's Glade raid. That's the giant crab. Release highlights. Lunar New Year, new Wizard's Vault season, new raid encounter, raids and strike consolidation with new achievements, leaderboards, and rewards, raid quick play event, fashion templates, and new legendary ring. Lunar New Year. Another new another new year dawns on Tyria. Join the festivities in Divinity's Reach. The year of the horse. What's a horse? Is upon us. And the Lunar New Year Festival returns once more with new rewards. Collect and open lucky envelopes to earn essences of luck, delicious foods, fireworks, valuable items, and a chance to find the new Lucky Horse Lantern and Lucky Great Horse Lantern backpacks. The Lunar New Year annual meta achievement, Lunar New Year Customs, has been updated with a new reward, Hoofed Shoes. Last year's meta achievement reward, the Snake Tail Breeches, can now be purchased from the Lunar New Year's rewards vendors. Really quickly, let's pop into the game. Let's go to here, medium armor, hoof, and okay, so they're kind of hoofed, and they've got a bunch of fuzz around them. They kind of look like mucklucks. Straight up. Alright, the new Celestial's Firework weapon set is now available. Reprised from the classic Firework weapon set of previous Lunar New Year's. You'll receive your choice of a weapon by progressing annual Lunar New Year's Customs meta achievement, as well as weekly Lunar Festivities achievement. Okay, Celestial Fireworks weapon set is new. Let's take a look. Celestial Firework? Okay, Celestials with a, okay, I see the thing. Alright, so the previous set, when you would stow it, it would be like an unpopped firework, and then when you would unsheath it, the weapon would explode out. So let's go through these real quick. There's the hammer. Oh, it shows like a bull for a second. Bow, short bow, axe, dagger. Oh, it looks. I think there's one for each like animal. Great sword, mace. There's like a ram that showed. Pistol. I saw a snake. Rifle. I saw a chip. Scepter. A pig. I didn't see that time. What was that? What is that? Rabbit, I think. Hare. Focus. Snake. Torch. Pig. Warhorn. Mouse. Shield. What was that? Hold on. It's like a dog or something. Spear. It's a hornless unicorn. Okay, there you go. You have seen the new weapon skins. The Lantern weapon set is now available from the weekly Lunar Year vendors. The Firework weapon set has been updated to include the new Firework Spear. Everyone's other favorite dragon, Plush Morty, is now available in backpack form from Lunar New Year's vendors. Can I show that? Plush Morty. There he is. There's our guy. All right. And back over to here. Let's see. Okay, we're right there. Lucky Envelopes rewards have been updated with new items for the Year of the Horse, including a new backpack to celebrate the Year of the Horse in style. The preview window for Lucky Envelopes has been updated to condense repeated items into their most common rarity listing. A new mini Horse Gordon has been added to the festival's rewards vendors. What? Horse Gordon. Okay, hang on. Miniatures. Horse. Gordon. God damn it. Okay. Thanks. I hate it. I hate it. All right, there you go. That's there if you want it. Def Lahar is visiting Divinity's Reach for the festival and has a variety of homestead-tailored recipes for your favorite Lunar New Year decorations. New guild decorations have been added to commemorate Year of the Horse. Horse statue, golden horse statue, stable pin, stable fence, plush Morty. A new cooking recipe, the New Year rice cake, is now available from Lunar New Year vendors. Special objectives are available in the Wizard's Vault to earn extra astral acclaim as you enjoy the festival. A number of festival-related bugs have been fixed to ensure happy holidays. Lunar New Year will be active until February 17th. That is 2 weeks away. Wizard's Vault. New special objectives for the season have been added, and more will appear over the course of the season, including special objectives associated with bonuses and festivals. Additionally, a number of daily and weekly objectives have been updated. Some of the objective options on rotation are being shelved in favor of new or returning objectives. Meanwhile, some objective pools have also been updated to improve daily variety and the rate of appearance of some objectives. New unique rewards are now available in the Wizard's Vault. Last season's unique rewards are now available in Legacy Rewards. The Wizard's Vault inventory has also been updated to adjust pricing and quantity and availability of items. Some items have been shelved with new items to replace them for the season. The main thing I know of that has been shelved, because a lot of people in my chat they just blew up about it, was... One second. Bags of gold. There is the limited amount. You can get 100 gold right here, but the infinite bags of gold is apparently gone. As there has been folks crying about it in my chat. So there you go. The new Wizard's Vault starter key, let me see here, click on this, has Meteorologicus, Kratekin, Flameseeker Prophecies, and Bifrost in it, if you fancy that. All right, and daily objectives, added the complete a fractal. Okay, you know what? I'm not reading all this. So there's new objectives in the Wizard's Vault. If you are interested in that, you can go into the Wizard's Vault in here, and you can check that by looking at the objectives in special or weekly and see if there's anything there that you want to do. Same as always, but they have added new stuff into both of those sections, so if you fancy farming points, take a look at those. Okay. Let's see. System updates. Daily and weekly objectives can now be chosen separately, allowing players to choose a different weekly and daily objective allocation between PvE, PvP, and World v World categories. Daily and weekly objective allocation can now be freely updated if no objectives have been completed, aside from the log-in objective, without waiting for the next reset. Oh, that's nice. So if I understand that, you could log in, look at the daily PvE stuff, and be like, you know what, I really want a PvP today. And you could change your Wizard Vault objectives to PvP and then dive in. I like that. That's a good change. For new players accessing the Wizard's Vault, the daily and weekly objective selection will default to no categories selected and then prompt them to make a deliberate choice before proceeding. Inventory additions. Black Lion chess key, 3 per season. This is like the shop. Okay, so you can buy Black Lion chess keys, 3 per season. Bag slot expansion. Yo! That's pretty awesome if so. Hang on. Where is that? Where are you? Bag slot. You can buy a bag slot, chat. Yo, even I'm hype about that. I can always use more bag slots across all my characters. That's great. Okay, cool. Let's go back to it. Metabolic primers, utility primers, lucent crystal vault bag. Lucent crystal vault? What is that? Oh, it's okay. Sorry, I thought it was a container. It is a bag full of lucent crystal. Okay. I'm curious of the value of this. Lucent crystal does sell because you need like 100,000 of it or some crap to make the legendary relic, some stupid amount. So I am wondering how much that's worth. So someone else will do the math, but it's worth checking. Wizard's box of crafting materials, legendary essence of luck. All right. Inventory updates. The Lesser Essence of Gold's price has been reduced to 700 Astral Acclaim. The Black Lion Mastery's Coffer price has been increased to 30 Astral Acclaim, quantity per season reduced to 10. It now offers Mastery Elixirs for all regions and allows the user to select their choice of potion. The Obsidian Shard's price has been reduced to 30 Astral Acclaim. The limited supply... Oh, hang on a second. I do apologize. The limited supply bag of coins, 1 gold's price, has been increased to 8 Astral Acclaim, and the quantity per season increased to 100. One sec. I have to take a medication. Okay. It's to help with my voice. All right. The Obsidian Shard's price reduced to 30. Limited supply bag of coins, which had 1 gold each. The price has been increased to 8 Astral Acclaim, and the quantity per season increased to 100. Heavy crafting bags have been retired from the shop. Large crafting bags retired from the shop. Masterwork Essences of Luck retired from the shop, and the unlimited bag of coins retired from the shop. No. I know some people are very upset about that. Fashion templates. A new fashion tab has been added to the hero panel where players will now change their appearance of their character's equipment. The old wardrobe and outfit submenus in the equipment panel has been removed. Okay, I have done multiple videos on this, and I don't think it's necessary for me to cover it again. But if you didn't see any of those videos, there is a fashion template TLDR that is on my channel. It is just like 2 videos back. But if you go here, it's right here. It says fashion. Click on that. And it's one time for free. You can save all your stuff to a template. It costs a transmutation charge to save something to a template, but it is then free to apply it to your items. Okay? So like I could go, like right now I've got this outfit saved on my fashion template. I could go to equipment template 1 and apply it. I could go to 2 and apply it. 3 and apply it. 4 and apply it. And applying it is free. Okay? So it is a different system, and it will take a little bit of getting used to. But the fashion template, basically, you go there, prepare something you want. And you can use a clear one, too. Like, here's an empty fashion template. And I could be like, okay, I just want to change how his mace looks. And you could just do one item on the template. I go over this at length in other videos if you want it, but the fashion template system is live today. It can do everything the previous system could do and some new stuff, right? You can still apply just one thing at a time, but you can also save entire outfits if you want, and just like, you know, you can like I could go in here and I could do copy this and I could paste it into chat and game and give it to someone else, or I could paste it into a notepad and save it. You know, if I make like a Christmas outfit, I could save it until next Christmas in a notepad doc, something like that. Yeah, and you can literally use one fashion template to decorate 9 equipment templates if you want to. Or you can buy... Some people are like, oh my god, they're monetizing. No, they're monetizing additional templates. I don't think I'm going to need more. You can use one to decorate all your equipment templates, and I'm fine with that. But it depends on the individual. If you want more, yeah, you could buy more if you wish to. Okay. Rant over. All right, raids. The new raid encounter has been added, allowing players, squads of players to challenge Keela, Seneschal of Waves. This encounter can be accessed from the Lion's Arch Aerodrome. Oh, really quickly here, going back to the fashion thing, everyone is getting a mail in-game that is going to send them 20 transmutation charges to play around with it, and just do whatever you want. So everyone is getting 20 charges per account. So check your mailbox. There's some stuff there. Okay. Okay. Strike missions have been renamed and are now raid encounters. Raid encounter rewards are now on a weekly cadence to match raid wing rewards. That means instead of strikes giving rewards every day, they now have better rewards, including legendary insights, but you can only get those rewards once a week. Raid encounter rewards are on a weekly cadence. Daily strike mission achievement category has been replaced with daily raid boss bounty, which includes raid bosses from both encounters and wings. So you can, like, if you really like doing raids, there are bounties, and the bounties can have you go do something even if you had already done it that week, and you'll get the bounty reward. Raid encounter rewards have been updated to better reflect raid wing rewards. Prophet shards are converted to magnetite shards. Prophet shards were from strikes, magnetites are from raids. When first logging in after the update, all sources of prophet shards will now give magnetite shards. Raid boss magnetite shard values have been standardized to award one of 5 values depending on the commitment across all raid bosses. Challenge modes will continue to reward 10 magnetite shards for all encounters. Weekly magnetite shard cap has been raised to 100, which is a big increase. New weekly raids achievement categories available in the raid section of all 8 raid wings, as well as raid encounters and quick play. New first-time completion achievements have been added for each raid wing, including a unique title for each wing. Raid mentor achievements added for raid wings 1 through 7. Incrementing mentor achievements can now be completed by either raiding with players who have never defeated the boss or have not cleared it that week for a smaller amount. Undefeated raid achievements have been added for wings 2 through 7. So this is kind of cool. If there's any other people that came from WoW like I did, this is like the Undying or Immortal. But it's a little bit easier because I think it's just you. But basically, if you go through a whole raid wing without ever dying, it'll check off you finished wing 1 without dying. And once you've eventually gotten all 7 wings checked, you get like a title. New no downstate achievements added for each raid wing. A new raid general category available in the raid section to help track new raid achievements that are not unique to any single raid, wing, or encounter. Raid mentor meta achievement added to the category. A new downstate a new no downstate, a very different sentence, meta achievement added to the category. A new raid god achievement added to the category, high chip. A new achievement for buy chip. A new achievement for earning relics through quick play raids has been added to the category. Several new unique raid rewards have been added and can only be obtained as extremely rare drops from challenge mode of Knut and Nakari, Demonic Confusion, Doomsday. So, what is it? Twin Largos and Doom, and I think this was Deimos. Their challenge modes rarely will now drop these things. A new merchant has been added to the Lines Artillerodrome that will offer one-time and weekly purchases for raid currencies. Open world general changes fixed an issue that caused many Jadebot skins to get stuck in their animations. Fixed an issue with Glyph of Industry effects. Fixed an issue that caused player skills to be interrupted at the end of gathering with various gathering tools. Player versus player ranked arena now requires all party members to have ratings within 200 points of each other. Interesting. So no having like 4 people carry a 5th person that's like way lower points than them, I guess would be the main reason they would do something like that. Profession skills. Elementalists fixed an issue that caused players to have incorrect downed health values after previously rallying during Vapor Form. Thief Antiquary. Artifacts are no longer removed from the player's skill bar when mounting. Hollow Dancer Decoy fixed an issue that caused boons from self-destruct to be granted around the Antiquary's position instead of the decoy. Late note. So we got a few class things here. Fixed an issue caused the Snow Diamond Ointment to apply malnourished effect when it expired. Profession skills Elementalist, Bountiful Flower reduced the damage increase duration from 7 seconds to 3 seconds, while Evoker Elite Specialization is equipped in PvP only. Evoker Rejuvenate increased cooldown from 20 to 25 seconds in PvP. Zap reduced passive ferocity from 120 to 60 and bonus crit damage against marked targets from 5 to 3% in PvP only. Lightning Blitz reduced the damage coefficient per hit from 0.12 to 0.1 in PvP, so very small change there. Familiar's Focus reduced the strike damage bonus from 15% to 12 in PvP. Galvanic Enchantment reduced the electric enchantment stacks from 2 to 1 in PvP. Guardian fixed an issue that prevented Lesser Symbol of Blades from triggering a Symbolic Avenger. Troubadour, Tale of the Soulkeeper increased cooldowns from 20 seconds to 30 in PvP and World v. World. Tale of Valiant Marshal increased cooldown from 30 to 45 seconds in PvP. Life of the Party trait no longer grants swiftness with Lively Loot and no longer grants Might and Fury with Crescendo in PvP and World v. World. Gale Shot, Supersonic Arrow now reveals the user at the beginning of the cast. So the reason for this is probably that Gale Shots would go into stealth, and with one of numerous abilities to go into stealth, it doesn't really matter, and then they would hit you like a truck with this, and there would be very little counterplay. So by having them pop out of invisibility at the beginning of the cast, if you are paying attention to your surroundings, you now at least have a chance to dodge this if you're in PvP. Conduit. Release potential. Increase cooldown from 10 seconds to 18 in PvP. Cosmic Wisdom. Increase cooldown from 20 to 30 seconds in PvP. Expanded Consciousness. Reduce base healing from 389 to 165. Reduced endurance from 3 to 2. And reduce energy gain from 15 to 10. In PvP only. Numinous Gift. Trait now grants resolution instead of stability with Legendary Dwarf in PvP. And Found Purpose, same thing. Resolution instead of stability with Dwarf in PvP. Antiquary. Forge Surfer Dash reduced additional bomb damage coefficient from 1.2 to 0.8 and reduced burning duration from 4 to 2 in PvP. Mistburn Mortar reduced effect stacks gained from 5 to granted from 5 to 2 in PvP. Zephyrite Sun Crystal reduced burning stacks from 2 to 1 in PvP. Connaught Coin Toss increased the cooldown from 15 seconds to 25 in PvP. Emergency Jade Shield fixed an issue that prevented the skill from being successfully used in quick succession. Scoundrel's Luck trait now has a 15-second internal cooldown in PvP. Prodigious Pincher fixed an issue that prevented this trait from granting stacks if a skill's aftercast animation was cancelled early. Possessive Hoarder fixed an issue that caused this trait to use incorrect barrier values in PvP, lowered might stacks from 8 to 4, and reduced regen duration from 8 to 6 in PvP. Paragon. Chant of Action increased the cooldown from 8 to 12 and increased the motivation per level from 111 to 123 in PvP and World v. World. Reduced initial might stacks from 3 to 2 and reduced might duration from 8 seconds to 6 and reduced the fury duration from 3 seconds to 2 in PvP. Rally the Valiant lowered motivation on burst skill use from 4 to 3 in PvP and World v. World. Strengthening Stanzas lowered the Chant of Action damage from 10% to 7 in PvP. Brisk Pacing lowered the 7 to 10 motivation damage increase from 20% to 15% in PvP. Whew. Drink of water. Okay, the next part of the thing is this blog post. The Raids and Wardrobes update is now live. We've got a lot to skim through here, so let's get to it. The new Raids and Wardrobes quarterly update is live today, and the Lunar New Year Festival has begun. Read on for highlights of the Raid and Wardrobe update and catch the full release notes on our forums. And
it is almost here.
Oh my god, Laura, why are you screaming in my ear? Okay, hang on. So, apparently Laura got sponsored to do a video. Just a second.
Here, fashion templates. Hey everyone, Lorenzi here. GW2 asked me to give you all an early look at fashion templates, which are coming out on February 3rd with the first major patch for Visions of Eternity. I love customizing my fashion in GW2, but what if you want to make more than just one outfit? Maybe some casual wear for when you're hanging out with your friends.
Okay. In the interest of time, because we have already gone over fashion templates at length, and it appears that this video is meant to be kind of a trailer for people who have not been paying attention. We will have the link in the video description down below. It looks like Laura is going to teach you all about them if you have not been with us on these past few weeks. This release is an example of the ways that player feedback shapes our approach to development. In our retrospective on Guild Wars 2 Janther Wilds, we talked about changing our release plans based on responses to the quarterly updates for that expansion. This new approach allows us to modestly increase the amount of story, but more significantly, it allows us to bundle the story in a way that should make the second and third major updates for Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity feel more satisfying to play through. It also allows us to focus this release on other parts of the game. As we talked about in that retrospective, we're excited to deliver features that make the game easier to understand and more enjoyable to play, and refining modernizing systems that are already in the game. Today's release is doing exactly that with two big areas of Guild Wars 2, Raids and the Wardrobe system. So, they took away our gold mug. Yes, we've already covered that. So really quickly here, for anyone who wasn't here at the launch of the previous expansion, Janther Wilds, they did a bit of story at launch and a bit on Update 1 and Update 2 and Update 3. This time, they're not doing story in Update 1. Now, a lot of people have complained about that. My view on this is I will remember a good short story more fondly than a bad, long, inflated story. I'm totally... Dude, I got plenty of other games to play. I am totally fine not having story in an update if the story that follows is a banger, right? So I am hopeful that this, giving the story team extra time to cook, will give us a banger. Now, it's up to them to prove whether or not they can do that. But I do not believe this is something to be upset about. Just focus on other things, and hopefully we'll get a good one. Yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on that. All right, the raid feature and new raid encounter. Players can now challenge the new raid encounter Guardian's Glade. Big crap. No, I can't. No. What's happening? Okay. What is that? What? Okay. I just tried to show you guys the crab picture, broke everything. Players can now challenge the new raid encounter Guardian's Glade and face off against a truly awe-inspiring crustacean. The challenge mode will become available in 3 weeks. One of the easiest ways to access the new encounter is through the new raid UI, a core part of our raids update, which also features the merging of strike missions into raids as raid encounters. You can read about raid improvements in detail on the recent blog post and raid livestream. Links to both. When you get into the game, be sure to check out the Achievements tab and the new raid reward vendor Lion's Arch Aerodrome to start exploring the raid changes for yourself. Fashion templates and Fashion Week. When you first log in after downloading today's update, you should receive an in-game mail with 20 transmutation charges, encouraging you to try out the latest wardrobe system. Or just open up your hero panel, go to the Fashions tab. When you do, you'll get a one-time prompt to save your current cosmetics to Fashion Template 1 for free. You start out with 2 free fashion templates, and more, up to a total of 9, may be purchased through the Blackline Trading Company. And once again, you can use 1 fashion template to decorate 9 equipment templates. You don't have to get more unless you fancy it. To celebrate the addition of fashion templates, Fashion Week is taking over the official Guild Wars 2 forums from February 3rd at 9 a.m. Pacific Time to February 10th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. Fashion Week's theme is God walking amongst mere mortals, and it's your chance to channel your divine presence, overwhelming power, or quiet, terrifying reverence through your look. Whether you arrive as a benevolent deity or something far more ominous, we can't wait to see how you command the runway. And for those who truly ascend above the rest, the grand prize is a legendary weapon of the winner's choice? I'm surprised by that. To enter, head over to our forums and leave the mere mortals in your wake. I don't recall them having ever done this before. That's pretty insane. I wonder if you could even ask for a Gen 2, which are not tradable. I mean, it's Arena Nets, right? They can break the system. That's insane. So, okay, fashion contest for a legendary. All right, Wizards Vault improvements. Along the seasonal refresh of new rewards that come from quarterly updates, we've made a number of improvements to the Wizards Vault. At a high level, this update focuses on making objectives clearer and more flexible, improving reward variety, and protecting long-term health of the game's economy. Daily and weekly objectives have been refreshed to improve variety and reduce friction, with several older objectives retired and new ones added that better highlight core activities like fractals, world bosses, and World v. World. We've also introduced greater flexibility in how you engage with the system. Daily and weekly objectives can now be selected independently, and you can freely adjust your chosen selections as long as you haven't started progressing them. Combined with new special objectives that will roll out over the course of the season, including new ones tied to festivals and bonus events, the Wizards Vault should feel more responsive to how and when you want to play. And then there's a video here, and this came out over the weekend, and so this is a quick one. This is some of the stuff in the Wizards Vault. We got this new set of gear, the purple stuff. And then this, the one on the right's a backpack, the one on the left, I don't know if that's back or shoulders, but we got leaf things. All right, the coral weapons, these are neat. When you unsheath them, the coral grows out of the gray part. When you sheath them, it's just like the gray part. And a robe and shoulder sash thing. All right, there you go. So that's that stuff. Okay. The Wizards Vault has also received a broader tuning pass this season, including updates to pricing, quantities, and item availability. We're updating the seasonal inventory with 3 Blackline keys and a bag slot expansion alongside other new additions and Astral Acclaim price tuning. As part of this work, we're removing the unlimited bag of coins option and adjusting the remaining limited supply gold reward, which now offers more gold per season at a slightly higher Astral Acclaim cost. These changes are intended to limit gold inflation and support the long-term health of game's economy. For full details on shop changes and reward availability, be sure to check out the complete release notes. And of course, there's a refresh on the rewards in the Wizards Vault for everyone to collect and enjoy. The Castoran Coral quest license takes you on a journey to obtain the Coral Heart Pillar, Staff, and Coral Heart Stake Sword. These ascended weapons grow bioluminescent coral formations as you wield them. The Seaside Scholar's set is now complete with 3 new skins to help you become a beach-loving sage. Then there's the Toxin Shell weapon set with its beautiful but deadly design for all new terrestrial weapons. Finally, Tropical Leaf Cape set grants you dramatic leafy shoulder and cape skins that surround your character with impressive foliage. Legendary rewards. Soak in the perpetual vacation vibes of the new legendary ring. Endless Summer brings the beach with you wherever you go, with splashing water effects and sand at your feet, complete with sandcastles, shells, and crabs. Talk to Shaman Pollock near the Hull Garden Pier waypoint in Shipwreck Strand to learn more about making this ring of your own. Before anybody asks me, I don't know how to make it yet. This could be an open world thing. This might involve that new giant crab boss and raids. I don't know. I'll be finding out very soon. Really quick trailer on the ring here. It's just 50 seconds long. This one's pretty short. I like his hat. So apparently we talked to a bunch of frogs and beat up some crate. So now when he's in combat, there's water and fish around his feet, which I accidentally showed during the broadcast on Friday. But when you sheath it, it becomes churning sand, sandcastles, and crabs doing the crab rave. Okay. Now, whether or not you can make 2 as a player, I don't know. But I will say it's not unique. So if we have the ability to obtain 2, you can equip 2. So we'll find out more about that. Because when I was on the test server, I was able to equip 2 of them. All right. Raiders will find new rewards waiting for them, including the new Doomscale mount skin. 6 new Combat Relics for Guild Wars 2 VOE are now available. Oh, let's... can we find the new relics? Okay, what do we got? Relic of the Alliance. Using a Signet skill reduces the recharge of all other Signet skills by 1.5 seconds. Using a healing skill, temporarily deal damage to nearby enemies when struck. 340 damage, and then for 6 seconds, deal damage to nearby enemies when struck. Okay, so you get, like, thorns after you use your heal? Relic of Fog. After dodge rolling in combat, the next incoming strike will always be a glancing blow. So, I believe glancing blow cannot crit and will do less damage. It has been a long time since I looked up glancing blow on the wiki. Just a moment. Let me fact check myself. All right. Causes an attack to deal 50% of base damage and will not crit. There you go. Okay. Yeah. All right. After using an elite skill, launches bubbles at nearby enemies. Enemies struck by bubbles become trapped and float for a short period of time. What? That actually... Dude, that's like what's her name? The mermaid from League of Legends. Wait. Do these auto-aim? Nami? Yeah, Nami. So, okay, 3 enemies each get shot by a bubble. And if they're hit, it's a 3-second float. Now, that's in PvE. I don't know what the numbers are in PvP, but that sounds crazy. All right. Relic of Nautical Beast. Create a tidal wave that... Okay, hold on. Wait, quick thought. You guys know, any of you that play Necro, if you use Spectral Grasp, but you're standing inside of, like, the Bone Skinner's hitbox, all the projectiles hit the Bone Skinner instead of going out to hit different things. I wonder if this works the same. I wonder if you are standing in one enemy's hitbox and you use this with 3 enemies nearby, if they'll all hit the enemy whose hitbox you're inside, and then it would do 900 Defiance damage. I'm not sure if I hope it does or does not. That's just my first thought when I read this. All right, Relic of Nautical Beast. Create a tidal wave that damages enemies and heals allies when you successfully combo a water field with a leap finisher. A tidal wave? Okay, 1,000 damage, 1,600 healing. That hits 5 enemies and 5 allies. Huh. Interesting. So like druids, or I say like rangers and Tempest have like a lot of access to water fields. They might be able to, dude, there's no cooldown on this, chat. Oh, wait. In G2, hold on a sec. In G2, because like if you're an engineer and you've got like a hammer, the leap skill does 2 leap finishers. So if you throw down like a medkit field and then use that, it would make 2 tidal waves. There's no cooldown on this. Huh. Okay. Relic of Shackles. Tether yourself to enemies when you immobilize them. Deal damage to enemies that are still in range of the tether when it expires. Okay, so you immobilize them, and a tether goes between you and them for 5 seconds. If they don't break it within 5 seconds, then they get hit with a stun and 2k damage. Okay. It's 600 range. 600 is kind of medium range. Also, they can't stealth. While the shackle's on them, they cannot stealth. Now, it has a 10-second ICD. I do not know if this... Like, for example, if a ranger does Entangling Roots, which entangles 5 nearby targets, I'm guessing this would only work on one of them because of the ICD. I don't think it would hit all of them, but I would have to test it. I'm not sure. Okay, so those are the new relics. Those are the new relics. All right. Special note is the opportunity to learn the Celestial Hood. Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Sorry, the hot dog bun broke.
It's like an IKEA hot dog. Chat, my hot dog has some assembly required. Thank you. All right, Lunar New Year and upcoming events. Gallop towards a fresh Lunar New Year with decorations and festivities in Divinity's Reach. Of special note is the opportunity to earn Celestial Hoofed Shoes armor skin that will grace you with hooves worthy of the noblest centaur. Are there any noble centaurs? Other incredible rewards include the plush Morty backpack, the lucky Great Horse backpack, Celestial fireworks, weapon skins, and the mini Horse Gordon. So there's the mini Horse Gordon. There's some of the skins. There's the Morty backpack. There's him. There's the lantern backpack. And, oh, those are Twitch drops. Okay. The festivities are accessible to players of any level. Even if you're brand new to the game, you can easily take part in our Lunar New Year activities and earn new cosmetic unlocks, utility items, and more. Check your in-game mail for an invitation to Lunar New Year. Double-click the item to teleport instantly to Divinity's Reach. The Wizard's Vault also has special items directing you toward Lunar New Year activities, so you can earn more astral claim and collect your rewards. The festival kicks off a quarter full of events. February 3rd to 24th is Lunar New Year. 24th to March 10th is Return to Guild Wars 2 Janthier. March 3rd through 10th is Dungeon Rush bonus event. March 10th through 17th is PvP Rush bonus event. March 17th through the 24th is a bonus event not yet announced, and 24th to the 31st is not yet announced. Mid-April, the Super Adventure Box Festival returns. Starting today, you can earn Twitch drops when you tune into participating Guild Wars 2 streamers. Drops are active until February 8th at 11:59 p.m., so connect your account and start watching. So you've got from now until Sunday night, and just so you can decide whether or not you care about these, it's 5 transmutation charges, a top hat, a unicorn horn on your head, and Jade Tech Visor Skin. Got dyslexia today. I am very sorry. This one is pretty rare. I think they've only given this one out once before, but it's all fashion stuff. The theme is fashion. Before we go, we wanted to give you a peek at what we're still in development for future releases, but below you'll catch a glimpse of the 3rd map for Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. For a less visual preview, one of the 2 legendary accessories coming in the next major update will be acquired in World v World. We'll also be back in a month or so to talk about some exciting experimental changes we're making to War Score in World v World. Interesting. So, really quick, for those who do not know, the current legendaries for accessories in the game, there's only 2. You have no choices here. There is Aurora and Vision, Living World Season 3 and Living World Season 4. Both are earned pretty much just on your own. Right? You don't need a raid group. You don't need to PvP versus other people. You just, on your own time, you can earn these. So there's already kind of open world accessories, okay? But you need those you need those Living World seasons. They are adding, apparently, a World v World accessory. Now, I don't know that that's something I am going to strive for. I've already got the other two, but that's cool. That's more selection for the player base. Totally fine for that. And then we got this picture, which got a magical forest thing. Looks very similar to Starlit Weald, I think, but it might be connecting to that zone. And it says, with the staff in hand, the way opens before us. The only path to Tyria's survival. A road I walk because someone must and no one else will. Vlogs. Nice quote. Happy raid and wardrobe release day. Okay. Drink water again. All right. So, remaining things to go over. They added something new with Black Lion tickets. Right here is called the Painter's Brilliance Focus Set. I actually had an Easter egg in the broadcast that we did on Friday. I was wielding these weapons. I don't know if any of you noticed it. And I can actually talk about it now. I was allowed to Easter egg it, but not show it. So these weapons, they all leave a streak of paint when you're moving. And they do not have paint on them when they're sheathed, but they get the paint when they are drawn. So that is the sword, the hammer, the longbow, the shortbow, the axe, the dagger, the greatsword. This is the one I was wielding. Mace, pistol, rifle, scepter, staff. Focus is like a paint palette. Skipping to the shield is also a paint palette, so you can do your best Bob Ross impression with this. And I've seen Bob Ross themed cosplays in game. Torch, just paint constantly. Warhorn, and spear. So that's all of those. Another thing that we found is in the Black Lion chest. Oh, buckle up. This one's a good one. Dance platform package, glider skin, chair, and happy dance emote tome. Lorenity, if you see this, the next time that you do one of your concerts, I would like you to have a line of backup dancers on these things behind you. Just glide in style, chat. Can we get Minimug to dance? There we go. All right, so that is something available to you. In the Black Lion Gem Store, there is a thing called Spiked Inquest Package. I don't know if this was already out today or not, so just to be thorough, it's got some boots that have spikes on it and spiky toes. It's got some gloves that have claws and elbow blades, and a very weird-looking helmet. There you go. So that is, I think, the only new thing in the gym store besides the fashion template stuff. And I think that's finally everything. All right. That's everything I know about the update today. Oh yeah, is it too early to share this meme? Too soon? Anyway, we'll put that away. Anyway, so that's it for today. If you got any questions, problems, thoughts, concerns, put them in the comment section down below, and I will fight you there.